What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, history has been made once more, and once more, and once again, Olympic two-time gold medalist, two-division undisputed world champion, three-division world champion overall, became the fastest in the history of the sport of boxing, male or female. None other than undefeated Claressa T-Rex Shields. She has broken ground for women's boxing once again. She is now 11-0, no losses, no draws, 2 wins by way of knockout. She is 26 years of age, standing 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. She has announced her next fight. It will be taking place December 11th against Emma Kozin, who is 21 wins, no losses, 1 draw. This is for all her, middleweight undisputed belts will be on the line. She's a Ring Magazine world champion. She's undisputed simultaneously in 2 separate weight classes. She's historic. She's walking history, period. Okay? She's legendary. Okay? So with that said, Claressa Shields, is now going to be, making a 7-figure payday, breaking ground again. A female boxer has never made over $600,000 in any fight. Claressa Shields has signed a multi-7-figure deal to be featured on Sky Sports and Boxer, okay? With a mega fight looming between herself and the last female to beat her, Savannah, who's undefeated United Kingdom superstar boxer. So with that said, once she gets past, because I'm highly expecting her to get past her December 11th showdown with Emma Kozin, okay, this is scheduled to take place, I believe, in the UK, and it's going to be on Sky Sports. So she signed a 7-figure deal. In women's boxing, this is equivalent to the deal that Floyd Mayweather broke ground when he signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Showtime. So she's breaking ground. She's paving the way. Ironically, she's only 26 years of age, and she's already a surefire Hall of Famer. Once upon a time, everybody claimed that she was self-proclaimed the GOAT, greatest woman of all time. That's not self-proclaimed anymore. She is the GOAT. Claressa Shields is not just paving the way with her action inside the square circle, but she's paving the way with her action outside the square circle. Claressa Shields has also ventured off into mixed martial arts. She won her debut, and I personally thought that she won her second fight. She didn't get the nod. With the rules in the MMA are a little fickle when you are a historian and you predominantly a boxing fan. So she was taken down twice. Now she took her opponent down and she clearly won the striking game. But the 2 takedowns in the 3-round fight proved to be the difference, and she lost. One judge had her winning, the other 2 judges had her losing. Only by a point. In a fight that I clearly thought that she won that fight. Her, obviously, profession is boxing. So for her to go to the MMA and have 2 fights and arguably win both fights, her opponent, if it wasn't for the second takedown, she didn't land many strikes. The second takedown, she was very active, her opponent, because Claressa Shields on her back. She was she was returning offense, but her opponent was throwing punches while she was on the back. But here, her opponent wasn't landing any punches. She just was active. So activity and the 2 takedowns in the 2 takedowns and the activity in the last round saw her opponent win the fight. That's just rules of the UFC, okay? Because without the second takedown or the first takedown, she clearly loses. Her opponent does. So the fight that everybody wants to see is Claressa Shields versus Savannah, her biggest, rival. Okay, Savannah Marshall, everybody makes big of Savannah Marshall because she's the last person to beat Claressa Shields, and she did so in the amateurs. Let's just keep that in mind. That was in the amateurs. Savannah Marshall is a very big girl, a woman, should I say. She's rangy. But even if you look at the amateur fight between Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall, Claressa Shields, it wasn't what you think. People think that Savannah Marshall just went in there and blew out Claressa Shields, or it was a very close fight. I thought Claressa Shields, if you look at that, you may favor Claressa Shields to win that. Okay, Savannah Marshall is undefeated, 11 wins, no losses, no draws, 9 wins by way of knockout, 30 years of age, stands at 5'11" and a half. She's very, very tall, with a 70-inch arm reach. Okay, so with that said, that's making for the biggest fight in women's boxing. Claressa Shields, she dominated one of the biggest fights and one of the best women in big women's boxing history against Christina Hammer. Okay, that was a mega fight between Claressa Shields and Christina Hammer. And Claressa Shields performed is an understatement. Put on is an understatement. She dominated Christina Hammer in a fight that many people favored Christina Hammer to win the fight. Okay? So Claressa Shields, she put on a masterclass performance against a fighter who had 24 wins and no losses and no draws. And she had 11 wins by way of knockout going into that fight. Claressa Shields only had 11 fights. That was an undisputed mega showdown back in April of 2019. And Claressa Shields, she absolutely dominated Christina Hammer. It wasn't even close. And that was supposed to be, a 50-50 fight where Christina Hammer, had all the power. Claressa Shields wasn't ready. She didn't have the experience, so on and so forth. And it didn't play out like everybody thought, because from the opening bell, you can tell the difference in skill level between Claressa Shields and Christina Hammer. Christina Hammer's another female who's very big, like Savannah Marshall. She's 5'11" with a 71-inch arm reach. So she actually have an 1-inch arm reach advantage over Savannah Marshall, and they're the same height. So this is a situation where Claressa Shields is not going to be, surprised by anything Savannah Marshall brings to the table, and she's already shared the ring with her. So this is absolutely enormous that Claressa Shields has broken ground. Now, if you remember Claressa Shields, she was supposed to have a fight where she was scheduled to make $1 million, but some things took place outside the ring, and the fight had got postponed and canceled and rescheduled and things of that nature. Okay, so she wasn't able to make the $1 million that she was scheduled to make. Well, you had boxing pundits, boxing fans who felt that Claressa Shields would never, ever make $1 million within the sport of boxing. Okay, and she has proven everybody wrong. She's become a 2-division world champion again, undisputed, 3-division world champion, 2-division undisputed champion simultaneously. Okay, she's the 154 and 160 pound undisputed champion simultaneously. Now, obviously, because of mandatories and things of that nature, she's going to have to vacate belts and things like that. She can't fight everybody, every mandatory. She would be fighting every month, okay, or every other month. That's not possible. So she has to part ways with some of the belts. But the fact that she hold the belts is enormous, okay? That speaks volumes, okay? And now, she has created history. She's paved the way for women to now be accepted more often in the sport of boxing, and be viewed as high commodities within the sport of boxing, high profile athletes, should I say? Just like the men, okay. And so now Claressa Shields signed a multi-fight deal. It's a shame that she had to go outside of her own country, in which she represented the United States and won gold twice. She had to venture out to the UK to get this groundbreaking deal, and she represented the United States of America twice in the Olympics, won gold medals, and she had to venture outside of the United States to get recognized for her talents and her accomplishments with Sky Sports. It's a shame that athletes in the United States have to go through this. But again, Claressa Shields will be back in the ring December 11th That's huge, in the UK. And then Claressa Shields will be heading to, according to these reports, she'll be heading into that mega showdown with Savannah Marshall sometime next year, 2020. So currently a unified champion in 2 weight classes, has finalized a multi-fight 7-figure deal along with long-term promoter Solito Promotions with broadcast Sky Sports and promoter Boxer, BOXXER. Okay. So Claressa Shields will be back in the ring December 11th. She will be defending her titles. And then she's looking to go into a massive showdown. Emma Cousin, who's undefeated. Once she secures that, she's looking for a massive undisputed middleweight world championship showdown with Savannah Marshall. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. Congratulations to the GOAT Claressa Shields for once again paving the way for the females coming behind her at only 26 years old. 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, faster than anybody, male or female, in the history of sport of boxing to do so with under 10 fights. And she's undisputed simultaneously in 2 separate weight classes. She ventured off into the MMA. I thought that she won both her fights over in the MMA. And she just broke ground once again, becoming the first female 7-figure fighter. Amazing. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
This is Amanda, the Real Deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.